to episode 3 of Choose Yarn with me, GreenTeaNinja, also known as Dion. Dion, also known as GreenTeaNinja. GreenTeaNinja is my Instagram handle. It's been my handle for a long time, through many years. Welcome. Summer has finally hit in sunny, beautiful Seattle. So I am wearing my Tunisian twist tank. This, I didn't actually make this. This is by Stephanie Aaron, a pattern by Stephanie Aaron. And you can find her on Ravelry. She has her webpage. She's also on Etsy. She might sell a few other places, but it's a great tank top and it's perfect for this warm weather. So I wanted to start off by telling you, excuse me if I just take a look at my show notes. It's been slow going this week. So much is happening. So I'm a little bit later getting back to this podcast. So this week I only had one finished object, and that is my Sunshine Cardigan by, this one is a test I did for Evelyn of Pink Sheep Designs. This is a super fun cardigan. It's made out of bulky ribbon. I held it double, so you can see it's very nice and lacy. Perfect for summer evenings. Yeah, so but it's warm right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. I actually, for this one, she called for Hobie Jumbo ribbon yarn. And so I ordered some from Hobie, which is in Denmark, didn't come here in time. So I actually ended up using a yarn that I had in my stash, which is this Rewind tape yarn by Lion Brand. And I found that it was a little bit stretchy and not at all pleasant to work with. Now, it's not meant necessarily for what I used it for, and I held it double. I had, this colorway is called Think Pink. And then I also had this colorway, which is Frosted Almond. And then lastly, this colorway right here, which is called, I should have had this more prepared, Hawaiian Ocean. So Think Pink, Frosted Almond, and Hawaiian Ocean. And I held them double. So you can see the first two rows were double pink, then pink and Frosted Almond, and then Frosted Almond and Hawaiian Ocean was the kind of the progression there. Anyway, super quick. I actually did it in one day. And it wasn't even a stretch. I mean, I didn't even try. I just sat down and throughout the day, I got it done. That's one of the great things about Evelyn's designs is they're always fast, they're always easy, they're always super cute, and they're always very chunky. That's kind of her motto. And I might make another one of these now that my Hobie yarn is in, now that I have that. It's arrived. So this week, my primary whip, work in progress that I'm working on is a new one. It's a test I picked up for Crafty MD on Instagram, and that's her handle. And it is called the Cove View Cover Up. I am doing it in this Hobie yarn that came with my latest order. I'll talk about my order a little bit later. Super cute. I am not very far. I just started it yesterday, but I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be fun. It's a cover-up, so it's designed to go over some summer wear. It's super cute, very, very lacy. And that's my primary whip. The primary thing I have going, that's where I put all my focus, but it's also one that I need to think about. So it's not my car crochet where I just have a project just to go. The other whip that I have, I'm not really ready to share. It's a design that I'm working on called a boho robe. It's coming along really nicely. It's not a priority. My hope is to get it out to testers by mid-July, and we'll go from there. Okay, I really want to give you an update on the Great Whip Clearing of 2022. The Great Whip Clearing, why do I call it that? Because, oh my goodness, I had way too many whips, works in progress. So I added them up in April of this year, 2022. So it wasn't really Jan to December, but I want to do April through December. And I had 23 works in progress, 23. And my goal was to get through all of them, clear them all out, because I really want to be able to just pick up something new and enjoy it and not have to worry about the guilt of having anything lingering that I haven't gotten to. Like, I shouldn't work on this because I have something else that should have my attention. So that was my goal originally. So I've been updating each podcast. I've kind of been updating exactly where I'm at and what I'm doing with that, with the progress I've been making. So I want to give you sort of an update on this situation. So since I started this challenge, I'm challenging myself, I have finished 4 items. I finished the test that I had for Stephanie Aaron, Bodacious Blouse. And you can check on my YouTube channel or on Instagram to see pictures of my test. That was Bodacious Blouse by Stephanie Aaron. I finished that in April. In May, I finished the Jane shawl by Nene Makes. You can also see that both on my everything you can see on Ravelry. And I'll have a link to my Ravelry projects page down below. So you can see that on Ravelry. Nene Makes, Naomi Vincent. She has some amazing scrap cakes that I'm also using for my boho robe. I love, love, love her. Here's an example of one of the scrap cakes that I've gotten from her. See how pretty that is? They come in a bunch of different colorways. So they're not just random scatter scraps. She does, when she puts these cakes together, she does it in a very deliberate way, and I really like the way they come out. So there's a lot of different choices you have. And you can get the scrap cakes individually for your own projects. She's got patterns you can buy individually, and then she has kits. And my Jane shawl was a kit. Again, I did show that previously in my previous podcast, Ravelry, Instagram. You can see it there. I really loved it. I finished that in May. Now it's just a shawl and it was my only finish, but that was because I also started the Lily sweater by Tinderbox. So this is an example of the Lily sweater, a finished one. I don't know why I started. I just started it for no reason, and I got quite a bit through it. I haven't worked on it at all since my last podcast, so I'm not going to show you the progress. But I finished that. So the Jane shawl was my only finish in May. I also finished the Dobby cardigan. That was one, I finished that one in June. And that was one that I finished in one day as well. So in May and June, I was working on several things. but no finishes, but the Dobby cardigan. And then the other thing I finished in June was the Sunshine Cardigan test. That was the test I just showed you. Super cute. I finished that one just this last week. It was a really quick test. So those were my finishes for the Great Whip clearing. I also frogged one project called the Weekend Tank. I highlighted that in podcast number 2 or 1, a previous podcast. And I also did a few reels of me frogging it back. It's kind of a painful decision because I really liked the texture. But now I have reclaimed the yarn. This is really, it's kind of like a tweed. I've reclaimed it for a future project. So yarn reclaimed, woohoo! And then the other thing I just removed. I removed this, it's a Heeland Cove pattern. So here, this is what it looks like, a Heeland Cove, which is Scottish for, it's really just a Scottish Longhorn Highland cow. But in Scotland, they call it a Heeland Cove. My son, who is too old for stuffies, he's like 17, is Scottish. He has his Scottish citizenship, and so I just saw this and I thought it was really cute. Morag, the Heeland Cove. Thing is, I don't like making stuffies. I've never made one before. I've never done a stuffed animal, and it turned out it's an intermediate pattern, which I've done, you know, dozens and dozens of intermediate patterns and advanced patterns. I'm very proficient, but I just looked at the pattern directions and I thought, I don't want to work that hard for a stuffed animal. It's just not my jam. I know a lot of people are really into the amigurumi. A lot of people are into them. It's totally not my jam. So I just removed it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this kit. I might gift it, pass it along, maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm not making it. So I took it off the list. All right. And then I added a few. I added the Griselda Wrap Shawl by Not Bad Brit. I highlighted it in one of my previous podcasts. Super cute. Loved it. Ran into Brit at a local yarn shop, Yarn Crawl, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I added the Sunshine Cardigan test. I know I shouldn't have added it. I shouldn't pick up more tests, right? Because I'm trying to get rid of my whips. So why am I adding more? But I crochet because it gives me joy, and I love testing. So I didn't want to give that up. So I'm not gonna. And I also picked up, I also added the Corinne Cardi Knit by Knit Collage. This is something I was really excited about. It's a granny square cardigan. Here is the picture of the pattern. I went as far as I can go, and I'm supposed to knit the sleeves, and I just stalled. It's not the yarn to learn to knit on. It's very chunky, bulky yarn. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna finish this sweater, but I'm not gonna finish it with knit sleeves. I'm gonna crochet the sleeves and just finish it like a normal crochet cardigan and be done with it. And then finally I added the Cove View cover up, which I talked about earlier, just a little bit earlier. I'm pretty excited about that. It's super cute. Can't wait to show you my progress on it as we go. Okay, so that goes through what I finished, what I frogged, what I've added, what I've removed. So that leaves me with 20 current whips. Here is my listing of the current whips. And so I'm just gonna kind of show you a few of them so that you can see my progress. These are the things that I like to see from other people when they talk about their projects. But I just wanna see them, I wanna see the projects, I wanna see the yarn. I get really excited about that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna start from the top and go down. So this is one of my projects. It is a car project because it's very easy. It's a fuzzy material. It is my fuzzy blanket. It's called Zuzu's Fuzzy Wuzzy is what I called it. It's got 4 colors, 2 stitches, 4 colors, 3 pattern repeats, and 4 colors. 4 colors, 3 pattern repeats, and 2 stitches. 4, 3, 2. So it's a really super easy one. It's a free pattern on my blog and on, I should put it on Ravelry too, but as a free pattern, just in case anybody's interested. It's super cute. And it's great for mindless stitching in the car. So that one is that. Then I have a sampler. This is called the Seaside Sampler, and the colors are really pretty. I'm really happy with the lighting because you're seeing the colors for what they really are. That is the Seaside Sampler, and that is a gift so I want to have it done by Christmas because it's super, super cute. Now this one is super cute. So this one, this convergence is in the thread Animal Lover, and it's by, who did this one? Skolja? I am going to I'm going to put it down below who did this. So I finished the front panel, or maybe it's the back panel. It's been a little while. And I've got 1/3 of the way done. It's done bottom up. Uh-oh, it's coming undone. This is what happens. I really should put a stitch marker in my stitches so that they don't unravel on me when I pick stitches up and down. So let me just grab a really quick stitch marker to add here so that I don't, it doesn't continue to unravel as I pick it up and down. Last thing you want is negative stitching. Okay, there we go. So just put that little stitch marker in there, and now, so it's made from the bottom up, 2 panels, and then you attach them. So I am 1/3 of the way through the second panel. So I would say I'm 1/3 of the way through the second 50%. 50% is, the first 50% is 100% done. The second 50% is 1/3 of the way done. And then I've just got the finish work, which is stitch it all together and weave in the ends. So that's some crazy math right there, but that's where I'm at on that one. I really like, the yarn is called Animal Lover by Whimsical Wood yarn. Next I have a stitch sampler blanket. It's like the other one I did, but each block is a different, it's a different pattern, repeat, and it's in shades of, it's in 2 shades of gray and a cream color. And this is also just a, it's a gift that I'm doing for my son. He really likes blankets. And of all of the people in my family, not everybody appreciates stuff. They always are very kind and always thank yous, but they don't all love when I give them gifts. So, you know, my son loves everything I give him and always wants me to make him more. So I love making him stuff. Anyway, that one I have a deadline for, a personal deadline for December. And then I have the Rainbow Smiles sweater by Dora Does. And I have actually made this sweater before. When I like a pattern, I like to make more than one because I like to really just master it. And if I like a sweater, I want to be able, you get faster, you learn more, you get better, you can personalize it better. Not all patterns are really made for my shape. I'm very busty. I fully have an hourglass shape. Busty, I've got a defined waist, and I've got hips. So I'm making a second version of this. This is from some yarn from an advent from Woolly Dragon. So Woolly Dragon made this advent. I love it. It's from a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's an advent from 2 years ago, but it's a little bit sparkly. I think that's kind of hard to see, the sparkle. It's on a sparkly base, silver sparkle, but man, I do love this. I really do love this sweater. It's super cute. And I'm probably about 60% done, maybe a little more. So that one, I could really get some nice progress done there, I think. The other thing I wanted to show you was, this is Making Waves by Jimmy Bean Yarn. They had a blanket club, and this is Making Waves. This one, I don't have very much done on it. I love the yarns. It's absolutely gorgeous. The yarn is all, I believe it's all, sorry. It is, oh yeah, hedgehog fibers. Hedgehog fibers. And it's in Aran weight, and this is one of them. It's called Lagoon. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I haven't started working with Lagoon yet, but it's going to be phenomenal when I do. I really think this is going to be a beautiful blanket, and it's going to be a king size blanket though. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, and so I really do need to get it done, but I don't have a deadline. It's not for anybody. I just really like it, and I just want to get it done. Those are everything that I have made progress on, or have in some stage that is easy to show. I have all of the rest of them up here. So let's see. That leaves me with 20 total whips, works in progress. I do feel like there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 whips of the 20 that I don't mind bringing into the next year. If I, because I want to get them done, but I don't mind bringing them into the next year. I'm not ready to take them off the list like I did with the stuffed animal. So I made myself a list of what I want to get done and when, and I'm just going to be a little bit more deliberate about what I do. So I'm going to break it into, what are my car projects, right? So that I always have the same thing in the car when and I can get through those. So I'll have a plan, like this is what I'm going to get through each one of my car projects, and a plan for when I'm going to finish them all on my handy list. So I'll share that with you in my Instagram stories on a regular basis, like how I'm breaking it down. I love a good spreadsheet, and so this is really just more of that. I like to have goals. I like to have a direction, but I also like to be flexible and give myself grace, because crochet is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be, stressful. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. And so I really have a nice plan. It makes me happy. I keep it in my notebook from Crochet Notes, Shenanigans, and Tomfoolery. I got this from the Pink Sheep had a surprise box that she put out for St. Patrick's Day, and that was one of the things that was in it, and I absolutely adore it. Okay, so I got a few purchases this week, and I wanted to share them with you. One of the things I got was I got a few sock sets. Each of them are from different vendors, different dyers, I should say. I'm sorry, vendors is just a word that comes from my working life, my career. I'm in finance, and it's kind of one of those things that's really hard to not use these words, but I know I've had a few people let me know that they're a little bit maybe insulted, so I apologize. So I am doing Knitty Natty's Sock Week. I've always wanted to learn to knit for the sole reason that I want to learn to make socks. I'm not learning to knit right now. I looked at it when I was looking at that Knit Collage Corinne Cardi, and I was like, no, not this year. It's not happening this year. This year I'm getting through my Great Whip clearing. So I am going to do her challenge, the Sock Week in July, but I'm going to do crochet socks. I've never made crochet socks, except a million years ago, and I had one little crochet sock this size and one that was huge, and that was when I learned about tension. Whatever. But so she has some specially dyed sock yarn that I did buy, and one of them is it's called Tiger's Eye Shark, which is the main color here. You can see that. Really pretty. And then the contrast is Ocean's Deep. Now, this is by Yarn Over New York, and they had a contrast that was, you could get it in the brown, the blue, the yellow, and I think they might have had one in the gray, but I really liked the blue contrast. And it's on her base called Sock Set Sparkle. So it's merino and nylon, and then 5% stellina, which gives you that sparkle. And I'm a sucker for sparkle. I just, it has its place, but I thought it would be fun to have some sparkly socks. I don't know. So that was one of my purchases for the week. And the other one, now this, I just love this. This sock set is by Olivia and Oliver Fibers, and they are in the UK. And I bought it, and then I paid the same amount for the shipping as I did for the sock set. So I hit submit before I realized how much the shipping was. So yeah, I'm not gonna do these first because I want these to come out really well. So I'm gonna practice on this, and then I'm gonna do this because I know that Yarn Over New York I can always go back to. But it's really pretty. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I really enjoy those. So those were two things that I picked up. The other thing that I bought this week, and I've already started using it on my test with the Cove View the Cove View cover-up, is I got one of the furls. I got one of the furls seconds, right? So they have these second sales, and I love furls. I love furls because they're very comfortable. Okay, so I just wanted to go grab my favorites, right? So it's a second sale, and what that means is that if they have a mess up, it's not their the way that they wanted their quality control to look. They have two different kinds. One of them is stamped, so maybe it's a size 5.0 millimeter, but it's been stamped as 4.0 millimeter. I knew that would just absolutely mess me up. So I never get those. It's not something that I can handle well in the way that I work. So the ones that I get are the ones that have a color issue. So this is the normal colors in cream, and you can see it's a beautiful marbling colors in cream, cookies and cream, colors and cream. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's a cookies and cream, and it's got this beautiful marbling effect. It's a gorgeous hook, and so I have this hook, which is just their quality is very high, but it's their normal quality hook. And this is their seconds. So you can see it's not quite creamy. It's a little bit, it's kind of maybe got a little bit more of a tinge to it, beigey. And it's just more of a marbling effect. Very little of the cookie, if you will, in the cookies and cream. It's far more cream, but it's still beautiful. It's still gorgeous, and it works just great. And I have a knife grip, and so I really like how the furls fit in my hand for smaller hooks. So for 8 and lower, I absolutely almost always use a furls hook. I like them. They're comfortable, they're ergonomic, and they're beautiful. For a larger hook, I like Pink Sheep Designs hooks. This one is a 19 millimeter, and I use her mostly like for 10 millimeter and up. I think 10 millimeter, I probably have both a furls and a Pink Sheep Designs, but hers are also really ergonomic. And this looks like it's a stand, but it actually is a rest for my hand. So it really, it keeps me from gripping too hard. I absolutely love it. And what you can't see in this lighting is this coral color is very sparkly. And I think that all of my Pink Sheep hooks that I've gotten are sparkly and beautiful, with the exception of the DIY hook challenge that she has going on. If you're interested in that at all, go check her out. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of fun. It's a DIY hook challenge. Pink Sheep Designs, check it out. The last thing that I got is, this week, is I spent $200 on the Hobie, their Lucky Dip. I got 8 Lucky Dip grab bags. You don't know what you're getting, and I got, there are 4 different kinds, and I got 2 each, so that's 8 of them. It was such a deal, $200. So I did the unboxing just the other day. I haven't loaded it up to YouTube, but if you're interested in checking it out, it's a lot of fun. I love doing that. It's also, it's a great way to build some stash. I don't necessarily need more stash in my yarn, but it's good to have some basics and some choices to choose from. And one of the things that I got, I immediately put to work, and that was this for my Cove View cover-up, and I'm kind of excited about that. So check that out. They also gave me a couple of freebies. They gave me these stitch markers, and I like these stitch markers because they have numbers on them. So I can use them to count rows or, you know, whatever. But they're stitch markers I can use because they're not for knitting. Those knitting rings I can't use. I've got some, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I've had them. And the other thing are these crystal buttons that they gave me for free. And also, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those, but maybe I'll make a cardigan one day and I'll need some crystal buttons. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And that was the purchases that I got, my goodies for this week. It was, excuse me, Okay, okay, finally, I want to close this off with some other news. So, and this is just personal news. I'm starting to lose the light. You can probably see here, my light is kind of getting a little janky. I should have put my lights out, but I didn't, so I want to just finish up. So my June plans are to finish the Cove View cover-up and to make some significant progress in my boho robe so that I can get that out to testers by July. In July, I am actually going on vacation in a couple of weeks. In July, the second week in July, I'm going to go to Mexico. And so my plan is I'm going to make a plan for my entire, all of my whips, what I want to get done, what I'm working on, and I'm going to leave some wiggle room for just picking up new things because I'm kind of excited about, that I get excited about at the time. And for those things, I am going to, part of it, I have taken my, inspiration from Knitty Natty. If you haven't checked her out, she's a knitter. I'm not gonna hold that against her. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But she's a knitter, but I still like to watch her podcast. I follow her on Instagram. And one of the things that she does is she has some really good, planning, and I'm gonna just move a little bit so I can just finish this up. So she has a really good plan about how she has broken down her progress. And I was doing something similar. I've adjusted it a little bit using her plans, but I'm also using my own. But basically, I'm just kind of planning out what I expect to get done and how I'm going to tackle all of these whips. So that this cupboard is, well, now it's not full because they're all around me, so I could show them to you. But I want to keep it this empty all the time and maybe fill it up with some of my yarn to have up here instead of in what I call my yarn room. Okay, I think that's everything I really wanted to share with you this week. And as a reminder, I had some technical difficulties. So I have not closed my giveaway. I'm going to keep that open. So because I had some technical difficulties, you weren't able to, it's still open, but if you're interested in that, take a look at podcast number 2. You can DM me, or not DM me, but leave a comment on podcast number 2. If you're interested in winning something, all you have to do is subscribe and like the podcast and leave a comment. That is actually the only thing that you need to do for on YouTube. I have a couple of prizes I'm giving away. You can also do that on Instagram as well. On Instagram, it's a little bit more. You need to like, bookmark, and follow, like, bookmark, and follow, and leave a message that says what you want to win, because there's a couple of prizes. You can choose one. Okay, yeah, that's everything. Please like my podcast if you like it. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm GreenTeaNinja. I'm ChooseYarn here. I'm ChooseYarn on Ravelry. I am ChooseYarn on Ribbler. I'm on TikTok. I don't do much there. Please feel free to follow me. GreenTeaNinja. GreenTeaNinja 88. All right. I will talk to you in another week. Cheerio.